Tanishka, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If Chansi also joins, then we'll proceed forward. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Just 2 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Tanshi, let her join it. Okay. Tanishka.
Okay, sir.
Let's see there. Let's go ahead, join now. Is it Chitranshi?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you feeling, Chitranshi?
I'm feeling great, sir. What about you, sir?
Yeah, I'm feeling great too. Do you like whatever we have read so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so would you give a kind of shout out or kind of review if needed in future?
It was awesome. It is awesome.
Okay, thank you so much. So you need to give this to our academic counselor and whoever you meet. Okay, if they will ask it to you. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay, let's continue. I hope you like me as a teacher. Okay, because I'm sharing a lot of great things to you as well, and I'm giving you proper opportunity to communicate with me and opportunity to share your own vision, okay, the way you want to carry forward. So let's proceed forward. So what we have done so far, you remember?
Naturalization of humans and humanization of nature.
Yeah, so you have written naturalization of human and humanization of nature, okay. It goes both ways. So can somebody tell me how how do you elaborate this particular phrase, that naturalization of human and humanization of nature? Let's say this is nature and this is human, and this goes both way, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, if I will say naturalization of human, so where does that phrase lead to you in your regard? What does that mean?
Where humans are interacting with nature and basically leading to social, cultural thing.
Yeah, kind of good explanation. And very innocent one as well. Okay, so I like innocence because I consider myself as innocence as well. So let's talk about humanization of nature, and let's talk to Tanishka. What does she say?
Sir?
Humanization of nature. What does that mean? What kind of sense you are making from the phrase humanization of nature? Oh no. Look, if I will tell you at just one go, if I will explain it to you, let's say I'm coming here, I'm writing everything, I'm explaining it to you. Before that, let me ask you, what do you make sense of that particular phrase or that particular word? Naturalization of human and humanization of nature. So if you will, try to elaborate it to me the way you make sense of this phrase, it will make you much more confident in terms of whether or not you have read anything. You just want to express what comes into your mind at first go while you are watching the term naturalization of human and humanization of nature. So naturalization of human, just to tell you in brief, okay, just like Chitransi said, and it was pretty much like human is part of that environment. Okay, let's just take it into another dimension. Human is part of that environment, and human is controlled by that environment, not to an extent, not completely, but controlled by that environment. This means human is just a part of that bigger scheme, the bigger picture, that is nature. And humanization of nature means human is pretty much controller over here. Okay, it
Okay,
can
sir.
it can lead to some other directions as well, like humanization of nature. Like I told you the story of moon and the spots. Do you remember that, Chitranshi?
Yes, sir.
There are some philosophers and poets, and they dedicate somebody who they think is dear to them, and then they compare that somebody to the moon. Okay, and that is pretty much different story. Okay, but we will talk about human and nature. So how will you define this particular relation? There must be a relation between human and nature. Okay, in your view, what is that relation, Chitranshi? Just explain it to me the way you are talking to somebody, like normal conversation.
So humans are basically at this period of time they're advancing the
Okay,
nature along with the technology, and on the other hand, nature is providing us a lot of things like food and all. So that
okay,
would be the relationship, I feel.
okay. So nature provides us natural resources, and humans tend to use nature as per their benefit or need,
Both.
both. So what is good, need or greed?
Need is great one.
Okay, and what about greed?
Greed is not good at all.
Yes, it's not just not good, it's bad also. Okay, so if you make a spectrum, okay, let's say this is good and this is bad, and this is neither good nor bad. Okay, so if somebody is not good, they can stand on this place also. Okay, neither good nor bad, but greed stands where? Towards bad side. Okay, and need stands here only, towards good side. Can we all agree upon this?
Yes, sir.
Tanishka,
Sir?
you are a needy person or greedy person? Nobody is judging you. Okay, we are just asking. Sometimes we can be greedy. Like we have got sweets at our house, and let's say our brother is sleeping. Okay, and we have five, let's say gulab jamun or any other sweet, and our mind tend to say us that eat two. Okay, I know there are designated gulab jamuns, for all the family members, but if there is an extra gulab jamun, then what would you want, Chitranshi? You will eat one extra, or you will just leave it?
I would eat the extra one.
Okay, so it's not harming anybody. Okay, if your brother can get extra gulab jamun, if there are a lot of gulab jamuns, okay, then there's no problem. But if gulab jamuns are limited, let's assume gulab jamuns are limited. Let's say there are 5 family members and there are 10 gulab jamuns and 5 members. So each one is gonna get 2 gulab jamuns, okay? Let's say your papa says that I have eaten a lot of gulab jamun in my life, so let's give our kids some extra gulab jamuns, okay? And your papa favors you, instead of your brother, and he offers you, his share of gulab jamun. So you have already eaten 2, okay? And now he offers you third one in the evening, let's say, not back to back, but in the evening. What would you do?
Share it.
Yeah. You will share it with whom?
I will force my dad to eat the another half and I eat the
And if
other
he,
half.
let's say he says that he's avoiding sugar.
Okay, then I will eat it.
Okay, and what about your brother? If he wants that gulab jamun, then
I will eat it.
you will eat it. Okay, it's not greed. Okay, it's just opportunity, and you are given an opportunity, and you have availed it to your benefit. Okay, so can we say benefit stands here between need and greed? Can we all agree upon that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now replace the gulab jamuns with plants. So let me replace it. You can't replace gulab jamun with plants. Gulab jamun is gulab jamun, okay? It is pretty much unique. I don't think anybody in the world who loves, sweet, or if he or she is not at dieting, or he or she is not diabetic, they will leave gulab jamun for anybody else, okay? If they are hungry. Anyway, so our main concern is we are decoding the relationship between humans and their environment, okay? So there are many ideologies, okay? So one ideology says it is determined or determinism. Let me see who told this particular thing. So I want you to make concise notes and very effective notes, okay? Before this, let me tell you, there are many people who explored the relationship between human and nature. So who explored this particular thing? Oh no. There were many scientists or geographers. In USA, they will call it geographers. In Britain, they will call it geographers. So it's like, it's accent. Okay, there are different accents, and you need to choose one, okay, if you like. So there were many geographers who thought that the relationship between human and their environment is of various types, and some geographers they picked upon one type, and some geographers they picked upon another type, and this went on and on, okay? But you can make a bracket, okay? If somebody stands here, let's say geographer A is talking about greed, B is also talking about greed, some other type of greed, then you can club them together, or you can make a bracket, a larger group, that these type of people who talk about greed are type 1 geographers, okay? You can club them. You don't have to go one by one to everybody. Get that? So you can call them greedy geographers, okay? I'm just kidding. You can call them some type of geographers, okay? I'm not revealing the name right now. And let's say there are some geographers C and D, and they talk about human needs, okay? So you can club them as needy geographers, okay? So just a phrase, okay? There is no such term. I am just simplifying it for you. So, Have you heard about Mr. Gandhi?
Yes,
Mahatma Gandhi. Who was he? Have you heard about Mahatma Gandhi? Who
yes,
was he? Okay, Tanishka, tell me, who was Mahatma Gandhi?
Was a great leader of India.
What?
Great leader of India.
Okay, the people call it national father. Okay, people call him national father. Okay, father of the nation.
Okay, sir.
And he fought, the freedom struggle for, all of Indians, and then he got liberated from British colonialism. He told one thing. Okay, so Mr. Gandhi said, here are needy people, and here are greedy people, and they are on the spectrum of good, and they are on the spectrum of bad, the greedy ones. Okay, and let's say this line represents nature or environment. Environment is pretty much scientific term. Okay, environment or nature, whatever you might call it. So what's the difference between, look, environments can be many types. Okay, so there can be physical environments, there can be socio-cultural or human environments. Let's call it human environment. Socio-cultural, economic, all those sort of things. These are two big brackets. Okay, in the physical environment, we read about earth. Sometimes people refer living things as physical environment also, but only plants. Okay, but we will bracket and we will classify it in three other zones like atmosphere, lithosphere, and hydrosphere. This means water, this means air, and this means land. Don't go into the complexity of these things. Just write it down as land or air and water. These three things we get from earth, okay? Don't we? That's why we are here. If you take anything out of these three things, we are dead. Okay? Especially
Okay,
air
sir.
and water. We can survive on space without land, without air, without water, but we take some of the, we stimulate some of those properties. Like you have a aircraft that provides you a place where you can put your feet. Okay, like space shuttle, you need some place to rest your feet. Okay, don't you? So even if you are at space, you need some ground or some metallic surface to put your feet on. Okay, even if you are at space, you take oxygen from the earth. Oxygen tubes. Have you seen astronauts with oxygen tubes? Where is Chitranshi? Oh no. What happened to her? Kanishka, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So, do you find it difficult to talk to me? I'm very chilled person, so you can talk to me anytime. So, do you find difficult to speak?
Yes, sir.
So, why are you not speaking? So, have you seen astronauts?
No, sir.
You haven't seen any video where you have seen any astronaut who is going to space. They're wearing a
Yes, sir.
space suit.
Yes, sir.
You have seen that, and then you have seen, they are having oxygen masks.
Yes, sir.
So they also need some air or oxygen to breathe. Okay,
Okay.
and then they take some water with themselves. So even if they are in space, these three things are very essential to survive. Okay, land, air, and water. On top of that, on the earth we have sunlight. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so sunlight is also physical. Kindly wait for a few minutes so that Tanishka Chitranti could also join. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm. What was the problem, Chitranshi? Chitranshi,
Hello? Yes.
what was the issue? You left.
So my net wasn't working.
Your network is not working. Oh,
Yes,
that is
sir.
so sad. So,
But now it's
okay.
fine.
So do you have a Wi-Fi connection at your home?
I do have.
Okay, then it doesn't work properly right now nowadays. Does it work properly nowadays? Okay, you left again. Oh my goodness. Tanishka, talk to me.
Sir.
So if I will give you a test paper on, let's say, contemporary world, okay?
Okay, sir.
So can you solve it right now?
Okay, sir.
Okay, I'm just asking you, can you do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tell me when the Berlin wall was fell down.
1955. It's not
Uh,
1961.
no, I'm not asking when Berlin Wall was created. I'm asking when it fell down.
1989.
1989. Wow, excellent. So, it's so easy. And who was Stalin? Stalin ruled at which in which country? Stalin ruled in which country?
USA.
USSR.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So Chitransi is not joined yet. Okay, so she has some network issues. Okay, she has just joined. I hope Chitranshi now you will continue.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
It's okay. It is only taking your time, guys. So you need to check your internet connection before joining the class, okay? Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I hope now you will not be gone. Okay, now you will stay.
Yes, sir.
We all want to listen your enlightening voice. Okay, if you will leave the class, then we will all feel like very important member of our small family is gone. How will we feel? And even Tanishka was sad. Okay, so check your connections and then stay. Okay. This is just one class. You guys can request your academic counselor that this class needs to be 1.5 hour class, but that's for later on, so that we can cover the syllabus timely and we can do everything that is possible. And I want you guys to get the best university that you can get. Okay, that you are aspired. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now let's move forward. So if I will ask you guys, physical environment is tangible or not?
It is tangible.
Yeah, everything that you see is tangible or explainable. You can explain it. Okay, you can explain Mount Everest. It is tall. It is 8,000, more than 8,000 meters, and all those sort of things. Okay, 8,868, whatever. Okay, so you can explain Mount Everest. Okay, but what about sadness? You can explain it, but can you measure it? Like we all felt sad when your connection was gone. So can you measure
No,
the
sir.
sadness? You can't measure that. Okay, so let's talk about it. And what about socioeconomic and cultural environment? Is it tangible or intangible or both?
It's both.
It's both. So it is tangible and intangible. So tell me two things those are tangible and intangible in socio cultural and economic environment or human environment, let's say. It can be political environment as well. So talk about that later on. Quickly.
Oh my god.
Can you see me or just bored? You
Uh,
guys can see me?
yes, sir.
Okay, so talk about two intangible components in socio-economic and cultural human environment. So human is social, human is cultural, human makes economy work, and human makes politics work also. Or human does economic activities, and then human does political activities as well. Political activities or politics. So talk about two intangible things that is created by human.
Goodwill.
Goodwill, wow. Just one more. Hate, love,
Our hate. Yeah, feelings.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and music. So the instruments are tangible, but the music itself, the music that is coming out of that instrument is tangible or intangible?
It's intangible.
Yes, Tanishka, is it clear
Sure.
to you?
Yes, sir.
So give me two examples, those are intangible, quickly, so that we can move on. We can talk about need and greed. We can talk about gulab jamuns. Come on, guys.
Happiness and sadness. respect,
happiness, and
sadness,
sadness. And give me two examples for tangible items.
book, table,
Yeah. So can we say that tangible is a material of some kind
Yes, sir.
and intangible is feeling of some kind or emotion?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is important? Feeling or material or both?
Both,
Both.
Yes, we need both. So we need infrastructure for development. If we don't have house, then we are surrounded by natural phenomena, and then we will be surrounded by natural disasters. We don't, you know, we don't just exist, okay? We exist with respect, and that respect will come from privacy, like we have clothes, okay? So materials are very important, okay? And feelings also are very important. If somebody is completely materialistic, okay, they won't think about their existence, okay? Thinking is what? Tangible or intangible?
Intangible.
sir.
Yes, thinking about something. Thinking about something. Thinking is
It's
tangible or intangible?
intangible.
Intangible,
Yes.
Intangible.
Yeah. You both are smart girls, so I don't have to teach a lot, okay? You guys can teach yourself. I am just sharing my side, okay? And you guys are sharing your side. So it is a communication, okay? Now, talk about materials, okay? So for human development, there is a topic called human development or resource and development, okay, in your syllabus also. So for human development, it is very important to take care of those two things, isn't it? Material and feeling and thinking.
Yes, sir.
So education makes you a thinking person, and that is why education is what?
Important.
Intangible, okay, primarily intangible. But if you are educated, you can build houses and you can, build dams and all those sort of big infrastructure, small infrastructure. So education helps to make the materialistic world possible, okay? So it is
okay,
very important for somebody to have education, okay? It is the basic need. Now, this is environment, this is human, okay? And human is not controlling, human is trying to control environment. Some bad humans are trying to control environment, but smart human beings, they will try to have sustainable development. Do you know the word sustain?
Yes, sir.
What does that mean?
To intake all those resources in a useful manner that is also can help up for the future generation and all.
Yeah, that is sustainable development. What does the
Yeah,
term
sustain
sustain mean?
sustain is using that specific resources in an
Yeah, you are
optimum
right.
manner.
You are going in right direction. Yeah. And what about Tanishka? Can you tell me what does the word sustain means? Just the word sustain. I'm not asking sustainable development. Yeah.
sustain is to continue,
Yeah. This is very precise and very effective. To continue, not taking any credit away from Chitranshi, because she was much more thinking about sustainable development in terms of human and environment, isn't it, Chitranshi?
Yes, sir.
So sometimes we have to check whether what is asked, okay, whether or not it is the complete answer or it is the to the point answer or it is kind of referensive answer. So it is taking reference of environment and human. So your answer is pretty much complete. I wanted to tell you why it is called sustainable development. Sustain means to continue precisely, yes. for longer period. Okay, like if you are just like if you are reading tirelessly, if there is exam and then you're reading like you have not read for years, okay, and you are reading hours and hours and hours, that is not sustainable. Okay, you can't have that much energy that you had on first, that much energy that you had on first hour. In the first hour that you had, lots of energy, okay, the energy level was high, and in the second hour it will go down, energy level. In the third hour it will go much more down. So you are not sustaining this energy, okay, it is going down and down, isn't it? Can we all agree upon that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But if you take a break and you had your lunch and gulab jamun, and then you are recharging, you are refueling yourself, you are giving yourself, some sort of, via pulses, you are giving yourself protein, and via, uh, you know, I would say bread and rice, you are giving yourself some carbs, okay, carbohydrates. And then if you mix some fat in that particular lunch or dinner, whatever, you will recharge your batteries, and you will have some, and then you will have some sleep, power nap, power nap.
Yes, sir.
Then your energy level will sustain at this level. Okay, you get that? And that is sustained to continue for longer period. This means this period and this period must enjoy the same level of resources and energy. Okay, and let's say this is 2026, and let's say this is 2099. If we will cut down all the tree, let's say majority of the tree, what about our future generation? Will they get as much as good or green or healthy environment as we are getting, or they will be much more panicked, and there would be some resource shortage? So this is unsustainable. If you are cutting all the trees, this is unsustainable. So you are not sustaining your energy or sustaining your resources for future generations. But let's say, that will take a lot of time. So if you are reading daily for 1 hour, or let's say more than 1 hour, whatever, but then you are taking rest, and then you are, listening some music, and thinking about the world by yourself, and then you come back again to study, and then you will see your teacher, and then you are feeling like you are recharged, and then you will voice your opinion, and then you will have some clarity. Okay, but if you are reading from, let's say, late night till afternoon, you are not sustaining your energy at the same level that when you started. Okay, so we all need to do sustainable development. Now, coming back to the topic where I have started everything about this relation. So Mr. Gandhi said that nature can fulfill your need but not your greed. What does that mean, Tanishka? Tanishka, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So if Mr. Gandhi says that nature can fulfill your need but not your greed, what does that mean? It is very simple. Okay, Chitranshi, can you tell me?
Yes, so Gandhi spouted that
Yeah.
nature can give us needs because it generally does. It provides us sunlight, it provides us food and all. But it
Okay.
cannot give us greed because our greed is unstoppable. It continues and continues, and it grows bigger
Yeah.
and bigger each and every day. And
Yes.
it cannot give us all the everything that all the individual wants, as all our greed differs, our wants differs, and it cannot give everything that we ask for. So generally it certainly tells us that nature gives us needs itself, not the greed. It cannot fulfill that.
Yes. So humans should be needy or greedy?
Needy.
Okay, needy is a needy. Needy is kind of makes you feel like you are in need of something. Humans should fulfill their needs or greeds. Let's put it that way.
Needs.
Okay. So one ideology says that it is called determinism or determinism. Some people will call it determinism. Some people will call it determinism. So, and the other ideology that says that possibilism. There are possibilities, so there is possibilism or possibilism, okay? Whatever you can call it. And then there is neo-determinism. There are other people who are called neo-determinism. So, geographers, okay, many geographers in the past have tried to decode the relationship between nature and human. How this intricate relationship between nature and human is shaping our very own being and our needs and our sometimes it is greed also and our future also. So this relation is classified into three type of thinkings. There are three types or three types of ideologies according to which this relationship can be defined or can be explored. You can agree with one and disagree with two. You can agree half with one and you can agree half with another. So it depends completely on you. But I am giving you the I'm throwing the ball in your court. So you decide which one is good, okay? I know which one is good, but I'm asking you guys as well. So I will write down about these three ideologies and then you will let me know that which one according to you is the best, okay? Are you ready for that? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
What
sir.
does the name suggest, Chitranshi? Determinism. So let's say you have never read it, okay? So what is determined? What does the name suggest?
To determine something.
Okay. Now you got the point. So it says that it is the future of human is determined. So human is controlled by nature. Human is controlled by nature. Okay. This was the ideology that says that no matter what you will do, nature will always supersede you. Okay. Like what? Like we can't escape air, we can't escape land, we can't escape sunlight, we can't escape water. Okay. Can we? So far we
We
can't.
can't.
But yeah, but it says that your everything is bound by nature. Okay. If you are living somewhere, everything you will do is determined or fixed by the nature. So this ideology is pretty much harsh, okay, harsh on human beings because nowadays with technology, okay, you can be in Rajasthan and Bisleri can be delivered to you, okay. So nature is not completely controlling you, is it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. to an extent it is controlling you, but not completely. Okay, so this is very old way of thinking. Okay, like primitive societies. Okay, so talk about human beings in the Stone Age. Okay, what were they doing? I mean, they were completely dependent upon natural resources. Okay, look, stone is a natural resource. If you rub it, you will create some fire. Okay, the friction will create some fire, and they were behind, they are chasing chickens, and then they want to eat them. Okay, and then they were plucking up fruits from the tree. So their being, the very being of them was completely determined by, let's say, completely or thoroughly determined by the nature they were living in or the environment they were part of. Okay, so the band societies, okay, the primitive societies, like if they're the tribal society, so they pluck fruits from the trees or jungle or forest, and then they sell it. Okay, so their life is pretty much determined by the natural resources. Okay, but possibilism says that no, human is the smartest animal, isn't it? So they said that human controls
Yeah.
nature. Yeah, what happened? Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the other ideology, it is possibilism or possibilism. Some people call it possibilism, possibility, and then some people call it possibilism. Okay, you can call whatever you want. Okay, it is true. If you'll go in America, they will sound like something different. But if you go in Britain, they will sound like something different. If you go to Australia, they will sound like something different. But they are trying to convey the message that it is the possibility that human can change or alter the nature as per their need. Okay, and this possibility is infinite. In their view, this is infinite possibility. So possibilism says that it is possible for human beings to control the nature, and there is a almost infinite possibility for humans to you know to use nature as per their own benefit or their own need. Okay, this ideology is also extreme. So these two ideologies are extreme. Okay, and this is tech, via tech only. Okay, technology via tech. So we can create, look, we can create a lot of technical tools, we can have a lot of infrastructure, we can, via technology, we have almost countered a lot of natural challenges that never we could never counter that in the primitive society. Can we understand it? Can we agree upon this, that in the possibilism you can tackle the natural challenges as if, let me check it second. Okay, we have 4 minutes left, so we will revise it quickly and then we will go on another chart. But understand it. Determinism says that human is controlled by nature. Determinism says that nature controls human. So human can't escape it. Human will have to obey whatever nature is offering them. Like in the ancient times, in the primitive societies, if there is rain, they can't work. Okay, but nowadays we have all the technologies, we can work in the rain also, we can have umbrellas and all those sort of things. Okay, if there is, let's say, a heat wave, then they will have to suffer. So nature is controlling them. If there has to be a heat wave, then they will have to suffer. And there is no AC. Okay?
Yes,
You
sir.
get that? If there is, let's say, if there is a pandemic, they will have to die
Mhm.
because there was no medicine. Okay?
Yes, sir.
This is very orthodox and old mentality. So we can say nature doesn't control us completely. Okay? So this ideology is pretty much outdated, isn't it?
It
People
is.
who think like this are pretty much outdated. Okay? Or this ideology is outdated. What about possibilism? This ideology says that human, being the smartest animal on the planet, okay, we are the smartest. There is no doubt about that. Okay, we can understand the world. We can understand beyond our world. We can understand the universe. Like, even if today we have explored the universe at 2 or 3% only, not even that. But we can do that. Okay, we are heading towards that direction. We have controlled disease, we have controlled, we have vaccines, we have controlled all the sort of natural phenomena. No, you can't control natural phenomena, but we have controlled the natural disaster to an extent. Okay, if even if you didn't control natural disaster, you can control the impact of the disaster. Okay, we can have the technology which says that tomorrow there will be tsunami, so leave your houses. Okay, there is early warning system. So who gives that early warning system? The technology. Okay, so it says that human controls nature via technology or technology. Depends on you how you pronounce it. Okay, technology is controlling that nature, but this ideology is also excess. Okay, look, it is 90% true. Can we say that? But 10%, if there is, let's say, if there is, look, if there is a, look, if an asteroid is falling towards the earth, okay, and we are not too much advanced in the science technology, that we are not too much advanced in the science technology that we can destroy the asteroid. Okay, or we can change the path of the earth's rotation so that we will not, be destroyed by that asteroid, so our lives can be saved. But what about the big black holes in the universe? Sun will die someday and it will become a white dwarf. Okay, and it will soak up the gravity of the sun, will take up, earth also. Mercury and Venus are, pretty close to the sun. They will be finished in some day, but earth will also be gone. Okay, so can human control that? Right now we can't. So what option we have? We'll have to go to the Mars. Okay, Mars will survive. They say that Mars will not be dragged by sun because sun is not a big star. It is kind of medium sized star. If it was a big star, then it will have turned into the big black hole, and then it will have its effect, the gravitational effect, the gravitational pull from that black hole would have reached far away from that black hole. So Mars would also have been subsumed by that particular black hole. Okay, but right now, so human cannot control everything about nature. Okay, human can manipulate that, human can adjust the nature, but human cannot control it. Okay, so 10% possibility, not even 10%, I would say 20% chance. Okay, 10% is pretty less. If you will see in terms of earth, okay, if I wouldn't have written nature here and earth only, then it would have been 90%. But I have written the word nature. Okay, so it is not possible for human being to escape every natural phenomena. Okay, this is also very extreme ideology. So there came the synthesis. Okay, this is a thesis and this is antithesis. Old people say that, what do they say? That it's on God's will. Okay, They say like that. So people like them are outdated and they are not 100% right. Certainly not about the God. And then antithesis says that, okay, the anti-ideology of this particular thesis says that humans can do whatever they want. I mean, they can control nature. But they have gone too far in terms of defending their capabilities, okay? Do you know that? Like if they will say that, Tranchi, are you here?
Yes, sir.
So can we all agree upon that this ideology, this particular ideology is, okay, there are three types of ideologies. Let me explain the third one, then I will ask you guys, okay? What does the neo-determinism says? Can you guess? Neo means what? New, okay? Neo means what? New, okay? And can you see the determinism?
Yes,
That
sir.
is common. Okay. So according to you, what it's going to be? Just if you had to guess.
A new theory for the determinism one.
Yeah, and what would be the content of that theory? The core idea, the central idea. Can you guess that?
No.
You can't guess that. What does the name suggest?
To
It says
determine.
that it says that balance between these two. So some things are determined, okay? Determined. Look, some things are determined not by God, okay? Not by any invisible identity. It is determined by the physics only. Let's say physics and chemistry. I don't have place to write over here. So I've just written 4 letters, okay? For both of them. And it is also possible for human being to alter some things, okay? So this ideology presents a balanced view. And this is pretty much realistic. So there is a balance. Yeah, we have technology, we have our missions, space missions also. So we can make some things possible, okay, according to our need. But in the larger scheme of things, we didn't explore it as much as we should explore. We should be exploring it, and as much as that we can escape any big natural phenomena, and that is going to harm us. So we can't escape a big natural phenomena, but small natural phenomena, we can escape summer, we can escape winter. Can't escape it, but you can adjust with it, okay? With geyser, heater, and ACs. Geyser and heater in winter and ACs in summer. You get that? But what about an asteroid falling on Earth? We can use nuclear energy if we will get time from fighting away. I mean, if we will get time from fighting the wars on the Earth, then we will have some time to use that nuclear technology or nuclear powered thing to destroy asteroids if it is possible, okay? Asteroid that is directly falling on Earth. Go and watch the movie Don't Look Up. Don't Look Up. Okay? There is a movie. So where do you find yourself? Which one you are? In which ideology? You support which ideology? Neo-determinism or possibilism or determinism? You tell me.
Neo-determinism and the first one. The
You
mixture of
support the
both.
first. You support the first one or third one or second one? Just one option.
Okay, so one. So for that, I would say the third one.
Third one, okay? This is pretty much good way. And sustainable development originates from here only. Sustainable development originates from this particular ideology only. That we need to do development, but it should be sustainable for future generations as well, okay? It should be sustainable in order to support future generations as well. So I hope today's class is pretty much enjoying. I mean, you guys have enjoyed today's class, and it is pretty much eye-opening for you, okay? Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's how interesting is the social science. Chitranshi, commerce is fine, but social science talks about our very own existence, okay? Thank you so much, guys, okay?
Have a great day, sir.
You too, and you too, Taniska.
You too, sir.